Listen up, ladies and gentlemen.
This is Boom Radio.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the face of the earth. I bid you a warm welcome to the Political Voyage right here on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Solarogers.
I'm yemisaka, but I would have loved to complete the greetings. I probably would have loved to say good night, but I can't. We are not rounding up the show. We're just starting.
No good night yet.
Good night, we're just starting. Okay, but I can say good evening. But it's nice.
Yes, you can. Yes,
nice
you can.
to be back here. We've been away for 7 days. It's nice to be here.
Yes.
To take you on a political voyage around the world of politics in Nigeria. It's not murky waters, but it's just an interesting one with a lot of tides, But we pray the tides in our favor. The sail is strong enough to withstand the wind and everything, and we get to to destination.
Yes, not just getting to destination now, but getting to the shores safely. That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's what we want to achieve right here on your Boom Radio NG. So it is what it is. We will be discussing a couple of things, but the major wind in our sail as we set sail on this voyage,
blowing hard against our sail,
is how elections are moving into the next gear in September.
Yeah, September 16th.
September 16th in Nigeria. Officially, the campaigns will start. We will take a look at some of the things that are happening that do not qualify as campaign per se, but we'll take a look at those events. But tell you how we want to also champion the call for an issue-based campaign
or campaigns
all the way live. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But we also take a look at a little bit of controversies here and there within the political space in Nigeria, but with a view to preferring solutions while analyzing what could and should and could.
Our perspective.
So that's what it is. So without further ado, let us just dive right into it. One of the burning issues out there today as we speak is some intra-party issues in the People's Democratic Party of Nigeria. The APC has got its own. Believe it or not, as new or as upcoming as Labour is.
Or reimagine.
Reimagine, I like that. They've got theirs too.
Yeah.
So every movement have got theirs. So this is not about trying to pick one party aside, out, and this is about information dissemination. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that.
Probably you're forgiven.
Yes. Thank you.
So if you join APC.
Well, but if you join labourparty too, your sins are forgiven.
Well,
it's the same thing, Yemi. Yemi, you can't pick any of these people aside or any of these parties. With facts and figures. Do you want us to go there?
No, let's just
so let's stay focused and continue. I like what you did there. But on a serious tip, the PDP. Last week, the whole news was agog because someone went to court.
With Wike's name.
Yes, someone actually did go to court. So the media took the story and ran with it because it happened.
Yeah, it happened.
But fortunately or unfortunately,
the same day at an event.
Same day at a public event, Nyesom Wike, governor of Rivers State, debunked all of that, saying that he knows nothing about it. He even alleged or insinuated for it was from the other side.
Yeah.
Your reactions, Yemi?
For me, you know my opinion on Wike. I will not sit down here, no matter how justified or no matter how valid calls coming from Wike are, I still see Wike as whatever is going, whatever Wike is doing is just like a ranting of a sport brat, but an adult sport brat. And that it remains that Wike, and no matter, Wike is selfish. It's not about the party. It's not about.
Are you sure, Yemi?
It's not about Southern Nigeria. It's just about Wike egocentrism. Wike did not, with his influence and the resources that is ascribed to him, stand his ground and insist on the leadership of the PDP to maintain and respect the zoning arrangement within the PDP. And Wike should now know, if that is what he had stood for, it will be better for sake of equity, justice and fairness within the PDP that I should go for, at least let us micro-zone to Southeast. But Wike supported the free contest, banking and relying on his relationship with Tambuwal, believing that's enough to split Atiku's vote, and because he has the muscle and the financial muscle and what have you, and with the backing of Kwankwaso in Kano, I know it probably will beat Atiku to the ticket.
But Kwankwaso had left the PDP.
The person that's controlling the PDP structure in Kano is still Kwankwaso, whether we like it or not, and that's the truth.
We hear that a lot,
but that's the truth.
I'm not going to argue with you. I just said that I hear it a lot.
I'm saying because I believe it. So what is Wike saying now? The argument against zoning in PDP has always been people relying on the section 42, subsection 1 and 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, that you do not come up with a law or whatever that segregate people, exclude people based on their religion, tribe, age, and gender.
Where were these people?
No, that's the Constitution. That's the Constitution.
The people who are using the Constitution to invalidate the PDP Constitution. Where were they in 1999?
No,
and where have they been?
No, and I think the question is, for you to abide, for you to be a member of the party, you are abiding by the Constitution of the party. You're the supreme. With your membership of any political party, the Constitution of the party is supreme. So that is double speaking. That is insincere. That is hypocritical of those saying that. Now, I am against how you living. That's an obvious bias, sentimental, ethnic, bigoted, tribal national chairman. If there was nothing before the primaries and how he conducted and couldn't stamp his feet and insist on zoning, his visit to Tambuwal's residence after the primaries, the presidential
that was not the issue that I had. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you short.
I'm still coming to
that. I want you to emphasize the issue that I had, so that I don't have to repeat it.
No, I'm coming to that. Shows that he's biased.
One.
So that means obviously you had an agenda. You acted out a script. That is one. Secondly, now to now go back to zoning with PDP, which you guys abandoned, the party chairman is from the north. The party presidential candidate is from the north. The BOT chairman is from the north. So to balance it and to probably to assuage the situation on ground, there's a need for them to remove the party chairman, even the BOT chairman, for sake of balance, equity, and justice and fairness. Why believe the national party chairman should go to southeast? The BOT chairman should come to southwest. For balance. At least, southeast were dominant in the contest on southern Nigeria, away from Wike. And I think and whether we like
the consistency of the PDP members and supporters, because they're not all PDP card carrying members in the southeast, must be studied
and must be compensated.
Hardly would you find any bloc that has stayed in one party and has voted consistently in favor of that particular party.
No, I you see, it's not just about Jonathan that started supporting. No, they voted massively for Obasanjo, even when we didn't vote
always
in Southwest.
Always. Even when the Southwest did not support Obasanjo, the southeastern part of Nigeria voted massively for the PDP.
But Shola, let me now put you on the spot, because you, as much as we clamor for rotational chairmanship of the party on ground of fairness and equity, and that must be respected now, you said something very valid, and you must not run away from it.
Yeah.
That you said it's just only one party chairman since 1999 of PDP that had his tenure uninterrupted.
Yeah.
So you said it's a poison chalice. Who's going to take it up?
It is actually. I know we said that off air, but the truth is, statistically and fact-wise, hardly would you find in the history of the PDP a chairman. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but you see, it tilts more to the side where the chairmanship of PDP is like a poisoned chalice. Yes,
Obasanjo removed Audu, brought in Amadu Ali, garrison politics, garrison commander.
Yeah.
He came, he left. Then I think at the point they brought in, I think they brought in one chairman, Obulafo. Obulafo was removed. They brought in Bamanga Tuko. No, Bamanga. No, I think no. I think it was Bamanga Tuko. No, they brought in. Remind me. Game changer.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Muazu.
Exactly.
They brought Adamu Muazu left.
Just imagine.
There was now a war between Alemadu Sherif and somebody, I can't remember. Then later that died down. They brought in Secondus. You know, it's been, in fact, there are some party chairmen who will not even remember their name. And at the point, Independence Gemade was a party chairman.
He was.
So you see, you look at the, the truncated leadership or chairmanship.
Yeah, the tenures have never really been smooth. No. Now, there's nothing, if you're looking at it from the area of us trying to, build a solid structure politically.
Yeah.
As a people,
to inform your decisions about cutting short.
So we get all of that, but again, we must also. It is what it is, and we must always look at the long-term effects on the polity.
Yeah.
Because when we talk structure in politics, these are the things that make up
the foundational structure.
You get, so that's what it is. I know a party that is a ruling party in a particular state, but they know that they've not really gotten enough support from one part of the state.
Yeah.
So if you go and check the current chairman of the party, it's from that part.
Well, that's a smart thing to do.
You get that, and again, a member of their party that crossed to another party is from that part of the state. So you see, it's also important the way you pick your party chairman. So I think we have really overstated it that for the PDP to really get back on its feet and focus on the elections, they must sort out the issue of
Ayu must leave.
Yeah,
Ayu
needs to step down. Let it not even be that he's being pressured. Let it be. Yes. Now there's rumors flying around. You hear me? A lot of rumors are in the air. In fact, some media outlets have started carrying that story. And let me show you, for instance, on nigeriapolitics.com, they are saying, and a couple of other platforms have carried it, that the resignation letter of the PDP chairman, Ayu, is being held by Davidmark. This is what, in fact,
I heard that like 4 days ago.
Yeah. So again, you want to wonder,
Davidmark.
You want to wonder why this is even happening. Why is his name even being mentioned in all of this?
Some people,
because if they really want Atiku to focus on his campaign,
they need to deal.
They need to settle all of these things and focus on the main campaign, which starts in a few days' time.
You see,
I think we have exactly 1 month to campaign. Hear me?
It's disheartening when you have an opinion of people, and when you put it out there, look as if you're trying to rebrand their image or launder their image. Davidmark is somebody I respected. I was marveled. I'm impressed about his chairmanship of the National Assembly.
Mm-hmm.
That was purposeful leadership. It was a patriotic leadership of the National Assembly. Yeah, and the way he stood down.
At least there was stability.
And the way he stood down, said he wasn't seeking for that election, was state manly. I am disappointed that this ethnic begotten part of him is very ugly head up, because if it's true, if he's pushing a pan-Nigerian agenda, he should not withhold, not for any reason, the resignation letter of your child. So this is one man that I know That was, I think, towards 2011 general elections. We were trying to meet with him, and he was still in his house, to like knocking around our Akpo's resident quarters, and it was still up to like 4 a.m. And the next thing I heard is like by 7 a.m. the guy was already at the chambers.
Wow.
That is how much I can beat my chest and say this guy was a hard worker, or he's a hard worker. But I would not. Let's move on, please, Sheila.
All right. So, if you're just joining us, this is Political Voyage right here on your Boom Radio NG. Yemisaka and solarogers in the building. We are sailing towards looking for a better Nigeria via the polls, and we are calling for an issue-based election. We have talked about now the PDP extensively, especially the Wike, Atiku, issues, and hoping that they can quickly sort it out, because even if the PDP remains in opposition, you need a vibrant opposition for your country to work. If the PDP wins the election, you need a well-structured, organized party to move your country forward collectively. So PDP getting it right, for me as a person, is a win for Nigeria.
Yeah, sure.
Labour Party getting it right, for me as a Nigerian, and I say this openly,
it's a win.
It's a win for Nigeria. APC getting it right. This is the part where Yemi will not agree with me. Getting it right is a win for Nigeria.
No
Reason why, if they stay in power, we need a country that works. If they stay in opposition, or move to opposition rather, we need a vibrant opposition too. So I'm not going to, dilly-dally and say one thing for this. I'm going to keep it clean, because I keep it real, because we don't know. Nobody knows what's going to happen February next year. As much as everybody has permutations, everybody believes this and that, but when it comes down,
I know.
Well, you will tell us.
I know.
You will tell us, Jamie.
I know. God knows.
Okay, so you and God are on the same page.
No, I know that God knows. That's what I know.
Exactly. That means you don't know. That means you don't know. You see a situation where you go write a professional exam. Even the invigilator self, they don't know the questions, because those days, I don't know about now, the exam questions were kept in a vault, and only opened
that morning.
And all of that. But let's just hope that we get it right as a nation. We get it right. Nigeria really deserves to get it right. We cannot continue, to wallow in the doldrums of obscurity when our babies and our contemporaries have moved or are moving ahead.
Let me shock you before a total diversion from what the topic at hand, but it still boils down to leadership and getting it right. Saudi Arabia, in 6 months, through Aramco, the nation's oil company, has declared a profit of $88 billion.
88 billion.
Half-year report. Do you know what that means? Imagine Nigeria making like 8 billion.
That's a lot of money.
But we are still here giving Nigerians the excuse of oil theft. We don't have, and we can't even refine. Our refineries are dead. Let's go on.
All right, so food for thought right there. Aramco doing so well, and Nigeria still dwelling on excuses. Now, Yemi, for the people who listen and watching, and who will get to watch later, regardless of how things pan out, we talked during the intro about the political issues in different parties and structures.
Yeah.
Labour Party in Lagos seems to be going through it. It seems to be that there might be some kind of controversy, if not well managed, will just basically mess that party up in Lagos.
No, based on the intro you and I shared before coming on here, it's obvious that the Professor Ifagbemi, Awamaridi, was smart, was futuristic, and I think from his name, Ifagbemi, maybe he consulted Ifa, and Ifa told him to go ahead, because I think I didn't know why anybody didn't see it ahead that the Labour Party was going to gain traction and become a re-emerging force in the political space. So I guess that in fact Bemi was smart enough, and I think from the report you and I shared before coming on here, he holds the aces, and I think he's probably going to negotiate with him. His name, with no disrespect to him or his heritage or his family, is quite obscure in political, activities or in political space. but with this, it's probably getting traction. And
Oh yes, it is getting traction.
I expect him to do the right thing or the sensible thing, to probably stand down for what seems to be a widely accepted or receptive choice for the people to at least give Lagosians, or as they say Lagosians, an opportunity to ventilate, or and probably have another platform to express their political will, and at least do away with the tie and cane day that we've been having in Lagos State, which is the PDP. Those guys are trained, they are in bed together with everything. They cannot scam me. So I believe that should happen. But if that is not properly managed, the Labour Party in Lagos State, with the buzz and the popularity and the prospects, which I must say is becoming bigger by the day.
It is.
Will be destroyed by ego, by greed, selfishness, and lack of selfless service to the people of Lagos State. For me, I'm not saying this because I'm not a fan of the governor of Lagos State, but at least, like I said yesterday on the platform, the governor has been able to prove to me that yes, he's a dynamic person. He can multitask. Why, as the governor of Lagos State, he showed to me and proved to me that he can be good at being the PA and chief detail aspirants, and he did that very well. So
go away from this place, my friend.
But that's the multitasking level was so much.
I thought you were being serious. I didn't know you were sarcasm all the way.
But sincerely,
but it's in your name, just sarcasm.
You see the way the guy was. In fact, I've never seen a chief detail being as efficient as Sowolu when he was acting as chief detail to Tinubu. I've never seen it.
Well,
but that is that. So for PDP, I've always seen PDP as just the plan B of APC, ACAD in Lagos State at some point. So the Labour Party was meant to be a platform opportunity for Lagosians to really test their political will, and based on relying on the new electoral act, they might just get something out of it. It might be
does it not bother you, Yemi? In a state of a minimum of 20 million people, I'm just being estimated. Yeah, there are talks of 30 million, but we were talking 20 million, and people of voters age of at least 30 or 40% of that 20 million, if not more, that other parties do not even deem it fit to tap into that resource to be able to at least put up some kind of fight. What you see, Yemi, let's be honest with ourselves, is the most any party has done is to come up with a gubernatorial candidate, but you don't see them trying to get into the House of Assembly. They're not serious about it.
No, I want to make a case, and I'm serious because there are instances that I can tell you that for, like you said, with other parties, but I know PDP tried when it comes to the axis of Badagry and even Alimosho, but we know what happened. Now some election will get cancelled and they will do it again. I think there was a time.
I'm talking House of Assembly, and this is a federal election.
I know. But I agree with you. But I'm not just even talking about instances. There was a time, the first time, Remi Tinubu was going to go to the Senate. She had a run for her money with a guy that was in a Joe Semieti. But at some point, the election was cancelled, virtually by INEC, not by anybody in Lagos State. And the next thing, there was a new election was conducted, and the guy was nowhere to be found. And before you could say Jack Robinson, the guy was back in ACN then. So a lot of people leave the political parties to go, there's Kakware. Yeah, we did so well with somebody that I know, not just from afar. I knew him when I was a boy, and he did it with a court party. So you probably would expect a lot of people to, question the status quo.
It's the example I'm talking about.
Yeah, question the status quo and get things done. But a lot of people too have become lazy, and and I think and I will say this with I won't blame him. I'm not blaming him, but I think a lot of them are now saying Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the god of Lagos.
I think
I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm coming. Not that he made himself god, but at least a lot of them are saying that, like, they think they cannot, if they go into a contest against his will or choice, they probably will lose out. But like you said, you have expected some of them to pick or take a cue from Kakwame if you're not even going to go, Kakwa went for the Federal House of Representatives. At least, if Kakwa could do it at that level, you can do it at a small level. But I will cite instances too. Obanikoro, his son, Babajide Obanikoro, won an election. Obalede local government, whatever. He was not sworn in. He lost his mandate on technical grounds at the state constituted tribunal. So sometimes some people, it's not lack of want to try.
But Yemi again.
But you look at the system is rigged against them.
That example again is at state level. I want us to stay focused. There's a reason why I've said that.
You said State House of Assembly.
Yes. From the State House of Assembly up to governorship. You see, every time I see a party or a candidate push only the principal, there's a problem.
The top office.
There's a problem.
You see, I think, like I said, I agree with you from my intro that a lot of these politicians are politically lazy. I don't see how I believe I'm so popular, I can hold down a local government, and the next thing I'm thinking is I want to go to the Senate. I'm like, why don't I start from what is very secure? I'm saying this out there. A lot of other people might not know. I'm a capitalist. I'm a freaking capitalist. I looked at everything from return on investment.
Interesting angle there.
I'm looking at, so even if I'm getting into politics,
so when you go into it, at least you already have your projections.
My projection, my return on investment. So why should I throw funds, time, resources for nothing? I probably will not go for the presidency if I don't see the odds in my favor. I will not go for the Senate if I don't think I've tidied up my hand. I probably will not go into a contest where I know I'm going to, I probably want to go into a contest that I know that yes, there's comparative advantage in my favor.
Alright.
Competitive advantage in my favor.
Okay, so we are still here at the Boom Radio. We're talking politics on Political Voyage, myself and Yemisaka, and we have of course propounded a few theories and of course being able to ask a few questions. We're also asking if you're interested in helping us with answers also. For instance, is the PDP chairmanship a poisoned chalice?
But is it not? You said it now. You don't know that said it. You pointed it out.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention it. I was speaking with somebody and I said, sir, Your Excellency, sir, why don't you look at the PDP national chairmanship, make a push for it, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, I say, don't let me go there. It's even not the time. It's even not the time to pitch tent with anybody. Let them just, because, with what you said now, it makes sense. And that's a very smart decision from any politician. Because anybody that becomes the chairman now is going to have L. If you become the chairman, you're probably going to run into trouble with Atiku, especially if Atiku now becomes the president, or if he's obviously going to remove you. If you stick with Atiku now, obviously Wike, the Kantakero sport bad thing will give you trouble, and they'll still make sure that you don't have a peaceful reign and you still be frustrated out of office. So let them, when all the warring parties or factions within PDP agree on the way forward, then everybody can now start, aspiring to be the chairman of the PDP. Maybe for once or for the first time, we can have a PDP chairman that we can expect and if we say to complete his term or tenure in office without round call or palace coup.
Palace coups actually do exist in politics too. Yeah. It's not just the military. These things happen all the time.
Yeah, all the time. What happened to Oshomole? Oshomole was shown.
It was shown, no. All right, so we're still talking politics right here. Now, Yemi, let us focus on
the big one for us.
An issue-based campaign. What is, in your own books, an issue-based campaign?
Well,
how do you run an issue-based campaign? Because at times some of these things are just theory, and so at times they are just thoughts that people have not really looked deeply into. So I'm throwing it to you now. What is an issue-based campaign, and how do you run an issue-based campaign?
Everything in an election year, everything that has to do with a candidate or a political party is an issue of discourse, or worthy of discourse. Let me put that out there. I was on a platform yesterday and discussed extensively about this, and I will say this to you: everything in the political cycle, in the political dispensation that towards the election, gets into elected offices is a serious issue that is worthy of discussion. For me as a person, and I'll tell you, the health of a candidate is important to me. I must know the status of your health. You cannot be aspiring to be the number one citizen of the country and your health status is
and you're frail.
And you're frail and shielded in secrecy. A lot of excuses that were made for Muhammadu Buhari was because he has frail health. No, when he was younger, would have done better. But have you seen the picture of Muhammadu Buhari these days? If Muhammadu Buhari had paid 100th of the attention to Nigeria matters like he has paid to his health, we will not be where we are. So do I need another president that probably will spend the next whatever days?
So that is in running an issue-based campaign, Yemi. So
how do you now get it right? How do you now make it an issue? It is the interrogation of those issues. There's no, it's not a moral thing, but because it's the space there is wide, you cannot control how people's minds work. You cannot rationalize. You can't come up with a template or a rule. But the guiding principle is for every interrogation you make during the dispensation or during any electoral political dispensation, it should be in the interest and for the interest of your party. But the truth of the matter is also an issue for me. If an issue I can get hold on is to demarket you and propel my party into power. In a multi-party representative democracy, we cannot agree, define, outline issues of this.
So does this not make you an hypocrite now, or you going against what you're propounding if you are willing to bend the rules? Because you said anything. We're talking about an issue-based campaign.
Because you know what I said to I as an individual.
You're talking about an all-encompassing campaign, which also includes negative.
For I as an individual, I can sit down and tell you I've made up my mind. Yemisaka, all my names here out here now, will interrogate all issues by my own understanding, with the best of my knowledge and sincerity, for the sake of national cohesion and moving the country forward. But I cannot speak for almost 50 million electorate. That is the dilemma. We can say let us keep it, let us have this clean, let's keep it clean, but I cannot. And that is why I said in a multi-party representative democracy, some people naturally want to pander to the sentiment, the bias, the bigotry, even the unintelligence of its followers, if that's going to propel them into office.
So are you saying that we cannot run in that multi-party electoral system? We cannot run an issue-based campaign.
And I said something, for everything that matters, for every political, any talking point. Okay, now let me cite an instance. We're talking about the Labour Party now. As an APC candidate, if I want to campaign and get on the podium, I'm just going to tell you, are you going to hand over the affairs of Lagos State, a state that generates a monthly revenue of whatever, of 50 billion, to some people that even their party, they cannot even manage their affairs? It's an issue. It doesn't mean I'm being petty.
No. Okay, so I like what you've done there. Now, what you're saying now is that, of course, issues are relative.
Yeah.
But you can use the concept of an issue-based campaign to still throw jibes at people,
not necessarily, sounding hateful. Okay, now.
So is it the hate that is the problem?
No, I don't think it's the hate that's the problem. I think it's the delivery. It's the delivery and the contextual, interpretation, and even the languages used by the political actors or campaigners. Because for me, I sat down here, we took an issue. I don't think there's anybody that will come up to me and say what I said about the Labour Party in Lagos State is wrong. Because if you cannot pilot the affairs of a political party that is just coming up, how do you want to take over and pilot the affairs of a cosmopolitan state like Lagos State, the Lagos that is a nation on its own?
It's a country within a country.
It's a country within a country. So what your antecedents, your credentials telling you that you cannot be trusted with structures. It's whether they like it or not. This is for now for them to respond the same measure I've attacked them, if I can use the word. But these days you see a lot of back and forth. You see, when it comes to accusation of hatred, it's across board.
Right.
You talk. There was a time I had a friend, and I came up with a post yesterday addressed to the obedient. And I said, I'll just write something, and the next thing, this women friend of mine will just keep, popping up on my WhatsApp, like, and you're still going to vote for Tinubu, and still going to vote for APC. I'm like, so even if I'm going to vote for Tinubu, how is that your problem? It's my choice.
But on record, you're not even a Tinubu person. I'm deliberately putting it out there because I don't want anybody to go and edit this video and go and say, do you see what he said?
I was on a cab yesterday, and I told a man, a divider, I said, my personal opinion, I'm not saying Tinubu is a bad person. Neither will I come out and say Tinubu is a good person. About you, I said, if you place Bola Ahmed Tinubu like this and place a 20 billion naira on him and say, Yemi, please embrace Tinubu, I will not even remove 1,000 naira for a taxify ride.
Are you serious?
On my honor.
Whoa. Please don't ask me that. I don't know. I don't know what that would say.
What am I saying?
You're not. Don't even flinch and say, okay, it's just business.
No, it's not business for me.
20 billion.
I will not touch a cent, a kobo.
Naira.
I will not touch a kobo.
That's a lot of money.
I will not touch a kobo, Shola.
All right. So that's how
I'm saying this.
I just wanted to reiterate and establish your own thoughts because we've had these discussions
off camera. So, but am I saying Tinubu is a bad person? No.
It's just not the kind of guy you're going to support.
It's not just somebody I just feel like, no, we should.
Now, we're dwelling on one person.
That doesn't mean I don't support people that have what sort of perception that Tinubu.
All right.
I would gladly, easily embrace and tell the whole world that Mustafa is my friend. I always defend him.
Yeah. Which is crazy, but hey, what do we know? Crazy is relative also. So, an issue-based campaign for me, and when I'm saying an issue-based campaign, again, I like you being real, and that's why we get along like that, and we even have our deep discussions.
But you cannot slap me. No, don't you ball of anybody. You can't beat me. I'll say it.
Yeah, we're mates now. What's this one that you're saying? So an issue-based campaign for me is how you need to play up the strengths of your party, the strengths of your candidate, while downplaying the negative. An issue-based campaign for me is to solve problems, especially the low-hanging fruits, while running away from making promises that you cannot keep.
Is that even?
No.
It's not even. Let me even.
An issue-based.
No, just keep it so simple.
Thank you.
If I'm the presidential candidate of Nigeria now, I start to control.
Yes, please go ahead.
Please indulge me because the thing.
No, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
I'll pick it up as a case study. I will not come out there and be telling you China, Hungary, Ghana. I'm going to tell you about me and Nigeria and Anambra State.
And leave it there.
I'm not going to come and try because I want to.
Especially the figures.
I don't even need it. You see, I don't even need the figures. I don't even need to.
You don't. Just keep it simple.
I don't. When you just say, oh well, Nigeria, they said we are losing 400,000 barrels of crude daily, but for when we get into office, we want to, because the crude will be lost at some point. We find where the crude gets missing. Unplug it. 400,000 times the current rate of crude at whatever rate is being sold is more money for the country. You don't even need to say at what amount. So that's issue based. You get where I'm going? That's security. I need to talk about what am I going to do about. Even if I'm not going to say what I'll do about security, I will let you know. Okay, this was where we were before, but this is how the bad state of insecurity. I tell people, Shola, APC as a party at the federal level is the easiest party to campaign against anywhere in the whole world. But these people, they are getting about the campaign, they are even giving APC people mouth. Like we say on the street, one for learning, one they call learning. That's all. And I'm like, why? Muhammadu Buhari as a person has destroyed the fortunes and destiny and chances of APC, and he does that on a daily basis. You open the newspaper, what you read day in, day out is serious demarketing to the APC as a party. So in fact, then you ask yourself a question that why are these people aspiring to go to in Nigeria? Why are they aspiring to the office? Because it's like you are going into a mess. But you are not talking about that. What did APC do to get into power? They were not telling us the fantastic thing they were going to do. They just kept on showing us the bad thing PDP was doing. It's a simple script template to use to win election. Just keep projecting the fault lines of APC. Simple. But no, you now want to sound secondary intelligence or whatever, and you not box yourself. You make it difficult for people campaigning for you. On my post on Facebook, I told them, I said, I've seen people with fantastic topics in debate lose out in a debate competition because they cannot push forward arguments. Aggression or aggressive campaign in PR and advertising is not the context or language is used. It's the flow, the deployment. How they get
it's not exactly the what at times, it is the how. The way you have deployed your munitions or lack of it.
Shola, so I don't like that song that Jaga Jaga. But the way they played it so much on the radio, I didn't know when I started singing it. Sing along.
Yeah. So again, back to what we're talking about and all the things that we're really trying to make people see that we can run these campaigns without abusing or cursing people. I know a lot of people would be like, oh, why we have to, because the way the campaigns have started already unofficially, I see a lot of negativity and some violence, and I don't want it. And that's why I am saying now officially that Shola Rogers, is encouraging everybody to look for the issues and talk the issues and leave the cursing and abusing of people out of it.
As much as APC has failed at the presidency, there's some of their state governors are doing. Akeredolu is APC Ondo, is doing well to become security. What am I saying? You see, there are some people that will still support APC till thy kingdom come. In fact, let me shock people. If Muhammadu Buhari comes out tomorrow to want to seek a third term, there are still some people from southwestern Nigeria, even southeast and south that will support it.
Of course.
What am I saying? Some people will support a party, irrespective of its failure or success, because of pure conviction.
Yeah.
Some out of
always assuming,
some out of extreme buffoonery, some out of commercialized
for whatever reasons.
But
it's still their choice.
It's their choice. And rather than what made me got so worked up? I saw the video of Femi Kuti. Not everybody will support Peter Obi.
And Femi did not say anything demarketing Peter Obi.
And he even said something, that a statement that he made,
that they should have played up.
But they didn't see it. And
they went as far as threatening to burn the shrine, burn his house, attack his children.
They said you cannot even support him. The denominator has shut down shrine or lock it up.
He would never support Bola Tinubu, but we know that for a fact.
So I don't understand. So must everybody?
The truth is, not everybody will support your candidate.
And
so focus
guys,
your energy.
Even these APC guys too. The way I've seen some people, Yoruba, you support.
Is it because you are Yoruba that you must support Tinubu?
I must support Tinubu. I'm saying this publicly.
No, then again,
the only time APC, AC, whatever has gotten my vote was in 2015. In 2015, you and I, as much as partisan as I was, I didn't give Goodluck Jonathan a day of peace.
I know.
From 2010 to 2015, right till 2016, because it was still a carry, there was still some okay, can be broadcasted. There's still some fuck that we need to treat.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Because we're internet doesn't mean we will regulate ourselves. No, but again, this is us basically. We're coasting home now, where we should be done already, but we've already done 14 minutes extra. But at the end of the day, we're just really trying to marshal our thoughts to move things forward. The energies that we have now, again, I want to plead, please do not fight anybody because of politics. I beg you. I know at times it's difficult, but it's not impossible.
Shola,
please do not fight.
Shola, I'll give you a personal encounter.
Okay, let's go.
I think it was 2014 when Alima was getting married in Mina. When former President Goodluck Jonathan walked in, then as the president, I was there. No, I think it was 2016 or 2016, 2017 as former president. The first person that greeted him when he walked in after going through the details and everything was me. Your Excellency, sir, you are welcome, sir. He looked, he smiled. He said, where is your guy? Where is Excellency? I said, and I pointed at him in the room and some other people followed him down there. At that venue of that wedding in Mina, I saw what's his name? Shema was seated in between Shekarau and Alimodu Sheriff.
Imagine. And
in the press that time there was this tussle for the leadership of the PDP.
Yeah.
And I just saw people laughing
and playing and
joking,
backslapping everything.
I was like, interesting. Ashwaji Bola Tinubu, I think he was there. Yeah,
he would
there.
Be.
Ayogbeshola was there. Abike Dabiri was there. Oni of Ife, I think he sent his entourage. I think he came. No. I think the Oba of Lagos sent an entourage. Buratai, as the Sami Chief of Army Staff, was there.
At Babangida's house.
Daughter's wedding.
Yeah.
Muhammad Abacha was there. At least I saw him greeted. Who else was not there?
So basically, your story is to point out that the political elite, if I'm allowed to use that phrase, are friends, while you, the supporters, are at loggerheads. That's what you're saying.
Me. You see, if there was one that I'm taking away from Buhari's presidency, I belong to nobody. I belong to everybody. As I am now, because my entire health is key. But what I now hold in dispensation is to interrogate all the candidates as much as
every single one
in my own space, the best I can do, and I just that my one vote. Trust me, is I'm going to vote for a better Nigeria. It doesn't. I'm not wasting it. You can't tell me I'm wasting my vote because I'm not. I'm just going to that vote. That one vote.
Is there anything as a wasted vote here?
Don't worry.
No, but is there anything as a waste? Let's even address that issue.
There is nothing like
when people say I will vote. It is your vote. And it counts.
It counts.
The fact that your candidate might not win or did not win does not mean your vote is wasted.
Don't worry.
I don't know where this perception came from.
I think there's a need for INEC to do a lot towards when it comes to voters' education. That directorate is doing so well. But I think they should just try and maybe if they want to collaborate with National Orientation Agency, National Orientation Agency can come out of coma.
Okay.
Because Lai Mohammed, since he got into office, our agency has been in coma.
Okay. All right. We are definitely coasting home now. We'll be talking about this day in politics. I mean,
this day in politics is fantastic because on this day in 2021, August 15, 2021, the Taliban regained control of Kabul, Afghanistan, following the departure of the last US troops from the country, and it's not been fantastic.
What a sad day!
What a sad day! You saw the images and it's still in my head.
Very sad day.
And again, because you have to indulge me. After three decades, the Indian independence movement led by Mahatma Gandhi achieved its goal on this day in 1947 as a free and independent India was established, ending nearly 200 years of British rule.
Yes.
So India as a nation, Happy Independence Day.
And of course, Gandhi.
Is what they say? Namaste.
Namaste.
Yeah.
And of course, Gandhi is known as the founder of the modern India, which of course is something to be proud of, because India in itself is a powerhouse. Regardless of anything,
it's a nuclear power. It's a
powerhouse militarily, politically. Talk about economy. You talk about population.
Even in the face of high poverty rates, they're still doing well.
So India is up there.
And for me, we've talked about
so there's still one more.
No, we've talked about issue-based campaign. And
okay, so you're rounding up now.
So I'm rounding up. So because of that, I'm not going to come up with quotes of the day or quotable quotes of the day. I'm going to trade to you, Shola, to come up with a quote. If it's going to be around issue-based campaign, at least for something for us to learn from you, your fountain of knowledge,
and
wisdom.
This is what I want to leave you guys with. This is my quote or word or whatever. I didn't even think about
Words on the Bible.
Yes. Take away the noise and listen to the words, the exact words that they say. Remove the noise and listen to the words that they say they will speak. They will speak it and you will hear it. But if you do not take the noise away, you will not hear it. When you do that, you will vote based on power and on knowledge. Forget your tribe, forget your religion, forget your creed, forget your sentiments and your affiliations. I know most of you won't, but I'm begging you to take away the noise and listen to the exact words. That way, you'll be able to decipher.
You hear from their heart.
On that note, solarogers signing out. Yemisaka say so.
It's nice one, and God willing.
We will be back here next week. Dio Volente, God
Please
willing.
call your heart vaccinated.
You know, and reach out to us. We are available here. Our email is boomradiong@gmail.com. Send us your press releases, your stories, your inquiries. We are on social media, Boom Radio NG on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Send us your messages. Reach out for Patriot Yemisak on Twitter.
No, that page has been suspended. I've not been able
So,
to get retrieved.
what's your Twitter now?
Yemisak.
Yeah, because you're not following back, so we don't know.
Okay,
At
I'll
Yemisak, please look for SAK Yemi SAK at Yemi SAK. But on Facebook, you will find him there. You know,
That is
that's
lots of land. That
Zuckerberg sold a whole city to Yemi on Facebook, and of course you will find Yemi there. Yemisaka is there, but he's there as De Yemisaka, and one day he will still change. He changes his name every 1 year.
No, I'll just put
is either Earl or
no, I can't
Allergy or
I
something.
I can't change it.
So De Yemisaka, you can search for Shola Rogers. I'm there. Shola Rogers on all platforms. SOLAROGRS.
Invisible Man on Twitter.
Sorry?
Invisible Man on Twitter.
Yeah, but I'm still at Shola Rogers.
Yeah.
But the Invisible Man is changing. Yeah, let me tell you something personal that happened to me. I was the godfather again yesterday in church, and I've been godfather several times. So I said to myself, how many godfathers must you be before you become the godfather? So officially today, I'm removing Invisible Man. I'm changing it to the Godfather.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the family.
Yeah, I've been.
Do you want to kiss my ring?
Go away. I have a bigger ring. How many godfathers are you? How many godchildren do you have?
Now I'm trying to build a clan. I'm not going to divulge it for security reasons.
Well, I have several, and I have pictures to prove.
I have one, and sincerely,
he has only one.
No, I have one. No, one of them that did me so proud. Ijadola Folani, a friend, my friend's son, did so well. He scored 1,350 in SAT. That is 90%.
That's massive.
That's massive. He scored 323 in GEM. And the icing on it was having A1 pilot in Wike.
Wow. Massive.
I'm proud of the guy. Like, I'm seriously proud of him.
So Yemi's buying him a car next month.
God willing.
So, on that note,
the political job.
Yes, thank you for watching us. Thank you for indulging us. And please send questions to us. Send comments. Send your critiques. Don't curse us.
And send us topics you want us to discuss.
Don't curse us, because if you curse us, it won't catch us.
No, let me just.
It won't catch us.
I'm an Ijebu boy. We just go and wait for next or no agemo. We'll now do a counter course.
Are you sure you will survive until the next agemo? So guys, let's keep it real. Let's keep it clean. We love our country. We feel the passion, but let us not make enemies of friends, and let us not. You can make friends.
Let us not make friends out of enemies, because they'll turn out to show themselves as enemies.
So let's be careful. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. God bless you.
Thanks for having us.
And don't move.
I'm not. Definitely. I'm not. Learn it.